The best strategic readers for the GMAT are able to accomplish a few things. They focus on the overall topic and scope of a passage, the role of each paragraph in a passage, the viewpoints within a passage, and not on the minute details of a passage. Let's take a look at a very short and sweet example of what it means to strategically read. The skeleton of a very basic paragraph confirms that Bob is very excited to go to East Main State because, furthermore, moreover, and however. You could fill in the blanks, but the better approach is to consider what these words are meant to indicate. What's following because tells us why he's excited. Furthermore gives us another reason. Moreover gives us a third reason. Finally, however tells us something that goes in the opposite direction. But take a look at another example. Note that the same structure applies even though it's a much longer paragraph about mirror neurons playing an important role in the learning process. Probably a little more complicated than the last paragraph about Bob, but the structure is the same. What follows because tells us why. Furthermore gives us a second reason. Moreover gives us a third. And however tells us something that might counter those original ideas. Think about how often you see a question that says, the author mentions X in order to do which of the following? Well, you might have absolutely no idea what a mirror neuron is, but if you know that it comes between furthermore and moreover, you know that it's being included to support that original statement, and that's going to be enough to answer the question. Now let's see a passage that actually looks the way a GMAT passage would look. Let's go through this together. We'll see how using keywords really allows us to get through this efficiently and answer the questions that come along with it. At the beginning, it talks about the National Park Service. Now, you don't need to know anything about the National Park Service. The fact is that either way, you're going to use keywords to read strategically. We'll learn in the first sentence that the Park Service is in an unenviable position. It has two missions that are frequently at odds with one another. Based on that, expect the author to explain what that is. They're not going to tell you that and then not explain it. After we get through that full explanation, we get to the bottom of the first paragraph where it says, unfortunately. Now we're learning how this unenviable position led to something bad. In the next paragraph, we can expect that the author is going to talk about ways where this might be fixed. The first word, several, tells us that there might be a debate about how it should be fixed. Alleviate the deterioration tells us what they're trying to do. Furthermore, continues that thought. Another approach, at the beginning of the third paragraph, tells us that the author is now giving us a second alternative, referred to earlier by using the word several. We haven't read any of these details together yet, but just by focusing on those words, we have a general idea of what's happening in this paragraph. The Park Service is in a bad position. There's a problem that needs to be fixed, and there are a few alternatives as to how it may be fixed. Just based on that, we can go and look at some of the questions. Look at this first question. Staying focused on the keywords, we get a problem and then multiple possible solutions that could be taken to relieve the problem. Only one answer choice should jump out at you, and that's D. Now, choice A looks close, but it has that word opposing. Opposing solutions are not discussed. The possibly compatible methods shown in answer choice D, however, do show up in the passage. Now, this next question asks the author's purpose. Well, since we know that a problem is being given and then possible solutions are being shown, only one answer should jump out here as well, and that's E. The overall purpose is to show the possible solutions to the problem of the deterioration of the parks. You don't need to be an expert on any particular topic for the GMAT, so don't get caught up in all of the specifics, the data, the details, etc. Focus first on the keywords. Define the overall structure of the passage, and use that structure to help you answer the questions efficiently and effectively.